Hi everyone and welcome to Office Hours Live. This is our weekly show where myself, David and Rakesh, we come live into the Facebook group and we walk you through our changelog. So the changelog is the changes that have happened, either technical or feature-based changes over the last week or so within the new Zenler platform. We also have our education slot where we show you what's been created over the last few weeks for your benefit. So all, of course, free of charge, where you can access information to do what you need to do within the new Zenler platform and be more successful within your own environment. And of course, we ask for you to submit any questions that you may have regarding new Zenler, and we will do our very best to answer them live for you. So over the last week or so, we've had a massive influx of new people into the Facebook group. So I'd like to, for myself and from the team, to welcome you personally into the Facebook group. It's really, really good to have you here. And we've had a huge amount of new pro users coming. So remember, every single week we are here on a Monday. We rotate the time because we have a global audience. So today we are at 10 a.m. UK time. Next week we will be at 9 p.m. UK time. So please try to make sure that even if you can't make one, you try and make the other one, because they're really, really informative sessions that we have. They normally last about half an hour or so, but we help and guide you throughout the course of this. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Rakesh. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
So to kick off, just remember, if you are watching the replay on this, please put in #replay and let us know where you're watching for. I always find it really fascinating to see within, when I look back on the chat and we're going through on the live, just to see how many different countries we have come in and are represented on our lives. I think the maximum I've had so far is 21 in one session. So I'm looking every week to try and break that. So please do let us know where you're watching from. And remember, live questions will come to in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll do our very best to answer. So let's start off at the very beginning. And at the very beginning, we go through the changelog, which Rakesh walks us through. Now, Rakesh, I know there probably hasn't been a huge amount of changes, but if you can do the changelog and just a quick reminder of our offer right now, that would be fantastic.
Cool, I'll do that. Let me just share my screen. Cool, let me share my screen. Do you guys see my screen now?
Yep.
Cool. Second. Okay, cool. Do you see the changelog, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so at Zenler, we are constantly on a pursuit to refine the platform. We see a lot of your pain points. We're trying to address every single pain point, and every week we see people asking for different ways to do things and address little annoyances that they have. So if you see bit.ly/nz changelog, you will see all the changes that we ship weekly. Now we ship more changes than probably any other course platform out there. We do like rigorous sprints, and if you can see here, this is last week. Last week and probably this week, there's not going to be much big changes going in, because we are focusing. We had a big influx of users with the new Zenler, the price hike. So we had like inundated with lots and lots of support requests and issues. So we are looking at all of that. So the change log, you can see all the changes that we ship. I think last one, I think there's not much to show there, because I think if you look at bit.ly/changelog, you can see all the changes that we do. And let's look at the 1 second. Using the beta. So I think earlier on Saturday, the 20th, the New Zealand price hike was going to expire. Now we had like loads and loads of users joining us before 20th and asking us, can we extend it like, just for a day or a couple of days or so. So, and also some partners wanted to be able to work with their referrals to be able to get them up to speed, or to check whether New Zealand is the right fit for them and so on. Yeah, so now the new deadline for the price change, the price hike is 23rd. It's Tuesday night, tomorrow night, GMT 12 p.m. midnight. So it's going up. So the pro plan is going up by $200 from 447 to 667. So yeah, so you can click, if you log into your dashboard, for whoever has not upgraded, will see the pop-up and you can hit the purchase button to upgrade. And also, I think a lot of people were asking about a monthly plan. So we just for 72 hours or so, we brought the monthly plan in. So if at the bottom of the pop-up there is looking for a monthly plan link, and if you can click that, and you can get on the monthly plan. And remember, if you get on the monthly plan, if you are locked in, you can change from your monthly plan to yearly plan whenever your finance permits at any point of time. So yeah, you have the flexibility. And there's a big Q&A that we did a couple of days ago, and I think David has already sent the replays. I think so, right, David?
Yep, it's all been sent out to people that are on the event. Yeah.
Cool. So I think if anyone needs a replay, let us know, and we can send you that. I think that's it from the change log and the price hike side. Kevin, over to you.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. So, a couple of good mornings. Good morning, Tracy. Hope you're well. Always good to see you here. Rachel is in from Cambridge. So, Rachel, good to see you here. It's 8:30 on Monday. Tracy's saying, I believe she's in Australia. Rachel is hashtag live. I'm going to start using hashtag live as well. It's from Cambridge, so that's brilliant. Tamara from Hearts, good to see you here. We also have someone in, I'm not going to try and pronounce your name because I'll embarrass myself, from Germany stroke India. Sharon is in from Queensland in Australia. So we've got quite a few in live at the moment, which is brilliant. I'll come back to, I'll just answer your question to clarify. When I switch to annual from monthly, I still get the founding price. Yes, you do. You get locked in at whatever one you're on. So yes, South Australia Tracy's from. So brilliant. Okay, couple of reminders for you that you're in the Facebook group right now. This is the official New Zenler Facebook group, and within the group you will find lots of information. So at the top of the group we have an announcements tab. So please do go and check that out. There are some useful things, the change logs in there, the roadmaps in there for future feature releases. We don't put dates or times on those. They happen when they happen. So have a look at that. We also have a little bit of a guide around different parts of New Zenler as well. So there's some interesting stuff in there. We also have tutorial.newzenler.com, which is the official support site. So if you're looking for courses, you're looking for tutorials, all of our tutorials are done by video. So it's screenshot. We walk you through a different process. We have a massive course there, which is literally clicking every single button to do everything that you need to ever do. It's huge, but don't be overwhelmed, because we also have a quick start guide. So if you're new to creating a course, you're new to New Zenler, and you just want to get up and running quite quickly, the quick start guide will help you. So we have all of that. We also have our YouTube channel. So head over to YouTube, type in New Zenler into the search, and you'll find us. Always look for the Zenler logo. So you'll see at the bottom of David's picture, there's the little blue and gold Z. So look for that, and you'll know you're in the right place. And go off, hit the bell over there so you get notified, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we have videos going in there each and every week that don't go anywhere else. So it's always a useful place to be. So let's get the education slot done now, David. Shall we head over there? Remember, and I really want to emphasize this, all of the support that I've just talked about is absolutely free. It's done officially by the New Zenler team, and we don't charge for this because we want to give you as much support as possible so you can make the most out of your New Zenler platform. So we don't charge for any of that. We don't charge for any of the master classes that we do. It's all with our compliments as a New Zenler user. So please just bear that in mind when you're looking through the group and looking for resources to learn. That's the official training. and that we give to you for free. So David, along with myself, we're lead product educators for New Zenler, and David runs the education slot during office hours. So David, if you want to take over and let us know what's been happening on that side of things, please.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're a new user, or even if you haven't seen this before, make sure you go to tutorials.newzenler.com, because this is our main hub for all of our official training, and it also gives you updates about our office hours. There's lots of cool things to look around this site. We've got an Ask Zenler in here, and this gives you a kind of breakdown of handy videos. And they're all in their own little sections, so you can open them up and have a look through. These are actually pulling from our YouTube channel, so it's from there. We've also got a workshop form, so there's some workshop questions in there. So we'll be running some workshops in the near future, and we will email you if you filled that form out. We've also got a PR media area where you can grab things like the competitor matrix, and you can compare things like the feature list. So that's a good place to go as well. Back on the homepage of tutorials.newzenler.com, we have here the masterclass bundle, and we have Kevin's Launch Your First Course challenge, which he runs, which are very, very popular. They get you to create your first course. Down here, we've got the Zenler feature list and matrix. So this is how we stack up against our competition, and our feature list against the free, pro, and premium, and what you get. So if you want to know the difference, check that out. In our masterclass bundle, this is one course. So you've got to sign up once, and then you get access to all of these courses. So we've made it as easy as possible for you to access all of the courses. So under here, if you're a complete newbie to Zenler, start the quick start guide. This one is a quick course, tells you how to create your site, how to create a course. Doesn't go into massive detail. From here is a good starting point, because then it will sort of jumpstart you into the complete guide to Zenler, which covers everything, and it's a massive course. So don't get overwhelmed. I've put a search feature in there that allows you to search for a particular topic, and then you can find it straight away because it highlights in red. Then next, we've got the ethical copy of site. So lots of people are asking, how do I copy a site? How do I make maybe a WordPress site look like, integrate that and make it look like it's Zenler? Not integrate, but make it look like it's Zenler. So I've started doing examples. So I've taken a site which actually is a WordPress site, and then I create an example of it inside using Zenler. You'll notice the more you use the page builder, it opens you up to infinite possibilities on design. Okay. So next, we've got a hardware software setup. So it's creating course material. So I basically talk about the hardware. So the stuff that I'm using here. There's lots of ways to set up different setups. Like I had a question the other day. Someone was doing exercise videos and wanted to know the setup for that. So there's lots of ways that you have to get it to work with what you want. But this is where all of that will be. The next thing we've got is advanced ninja tricks. Now, if you're not into coding or development work and don't want to get techie, don't touch this area. You can do some amazing things. Zenler is really simple, and you don't need to be a coder or developer to use a Zenler system, but it also has the power to be able to do all of those things if you need to. So just expand it as your course and your site develops. Next, we've got the live workshop, which is going to just feature any live workshops we do, and that will start to fill out. So let's move on to our YouTube channel. So there's a few things gone on. We had such a busy week last week. We did 2 lives. I think both. The first one was 2 hours. The next one was about an hour and a half, and then I did an add-on of 40 minutes. So big weekend for us guys. And but I did manage to get some YouTube bits done, some Ask Zenlers. So I was asked 2 days ago, I did create an inline form. So instead of the normal forms that run down, I've basically put the form fields next to each other. So it's really easy to do, just use rows, very easy. Then I was asked another big one is splitting courses by category. So people were like, when you first set it up, all your courses appear in one big block. but you can actually split them up by using categories. So I show you in there. It's quite a long one, but it's a good one. Next one is getting creative with your blog. So I've seen blogs, and I want you to get more creative than the default template that we've got. So I show you some examples of how you can do that. Also, people wanted to see how what the student receives as far as receipts for things like subscriptions through Stripe. So I show you that there. Then we've got what is drip content. For you guys that don't know what drip content is, there's a quick video in there. And moving down to the Zenler FBH Facebook help videos, these are shorter videos, and they're basically answering questions that are happening in the Facebook group. So if you ask a question, it might pop up in here. And there's quite a lot been done last week on that. How long can I hold a live class or webinar? Copy and block codes directly from the page. We've got sign up, redirect to thank you pages, automatically send an email on sign up. So through a form or through a funnel. So it's automations, and how to create full width flush content. So generally people have like white areas by the side or white blocks. So I show you how to make it flush right across the whole page and split it up. And all of these questions are people that have asked on Facebook. And then another one is saying, can Zenler replace my other apps? In that particular case, yes, it could. Okay, so I think that's about it, Kevin.
Brilliant. Thank you, David. That's really, really good. As a quick reminder for you, the support that you receive from New Zenler is phenomenal. It's always been phenomenal, and it continues to be so, even though the last week or so we've been reasonably stretched. But there's a process. Just like anything, we need to follow the process. Now, the Facebook group is there to support you with ideas, moral support, you know, a little bit of feedback, those types of things. If you have a technical issue in your account, Facebook group is not the place to go, because the support team do not monitor the Facebook group. So your first port of call is always to email into support. So support@zenler.com. When you email in, it does a number of things. The first thing it does is it creates a ticket number for you, and you will be emailed back within a minute or two with a ticket number. That means that we have received your support request. It also allows us to track what's going on and what we may need to draw attention to. So if there are things that are happening that we're unaware of, it's the best way we can sit there and go through that. The support team review it regularly and see if there's any patterns or anything that needs adjustment, because sometimes we just don't know. That's always your first port of call for support. We tend to get back quite quickly. At the moment, just bear with us. We're slightly behind on the support stuff because of everything that's been going on, but that will very, very quickly go back to the normal speedy type of support that everybody is used to. Of course, myself, David and Rakesh are always here on Office Hours Live, and if it's a very simple question that you've got, we can always try and answer it here. So you're never alone with your journey with New Zenler. So let's head off to the chat, and everyone's been quite active on now. So good morning to Carrie from Philadelphia. Good to see you here, William. Good to see you back as a regular person from Singapore on Office Hours. Really good to see you here. Nigel, hello, mate. Nice to see you here from Totnes. William has a quick question in case he forgets. As a pro member, I can create affiliates to sell my e-courses. I don't seem to be able to find them even in the affiliate dashboard area.
All right. I think I can share my screen 1 second. Do you see my screen at all?
Yep.
Hey, William, that's a good question. So if you look at tutorial, so you can make someone as an affiliate from here. So you edit a student or a profile, and you can add an affiliate here. You can add an affiliate here. And also you can actually go to your the affiliate dashboard can be found here. So affiliate program and payments. So you can see all your reports and everything. And I think we have the Zenler FBH that David did here. This is the one about affiliates, right, David?
Yeah. There's also about affiliates in the complete guide to Zenler as well. I think it's the same video.
Okay, fine. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have got videos. I'm going to post the links to that on the chat. Over to you, Kevin.
Brilliant. Hopefully that's answered your question. Kate saying thank you so much for an intuitive platform. Okay, so sorry, just looking at another question that came in. Okay, so when you go over, one of the things that people often say to us when they come into New Zenler is there is a lot there to take in. New Zenler has quite a lot of features and abilities. One of the things I think that you need to remember is with New Zenler, we can make it as difficult as we wish to make it for ourselves, or we can keep it as simplified as we wish to make it for ourselves. Now, one of the great things is when you create a course, as some of you will already know, we create a lot of the template for you. So your sales page template is created, your checkout page template, etc., is all created. We even have a couple of onboarding emails that are not set live, but they're there, so you can go in and edit. So we try and make life really easy. Now, when you're thinking about doing this and you're thinking about all of the features you will incorporate, and I talk about this frequently in the Launch Your First Course Challenge, is when you build the foundations of a course, that gives you the strength to move forward. If you try and go for everything all at once, it becomes quite overwhelming. So when you're looking to build your first course, especially for the newer people to the group, just start off with the basic stuff that you need. What's the minimum that you need within your course to get you going? Because you can always improve upon that. And that's often how long-term course creators view what they're doing. They're always looking to take it, once the first stage is working, they want to take it over to the next stage. And that really does reduce the overwhelm that you might feel coming into a platform like this. The whole system was designed for non-technical people. It was never designed to have web designers in here or the need to have a web designer. It wasn't. You don't need to have people that know coding to use this platform. And as David said earlier, there is the function there to do it if you have the absolute insane desire to get involved in code. But you know what? You don't need to do that. The platform works incredibly well as a standalone platform. We have blogs involved now. So the promotional and the SEO side of stuff is really easy to follow. And of course, we have all the tutorials that back all of this up. So if you're looking to put blog posts into your site and you're not quite sure what the SEO bit is or what the setup bit is, well, then you head over to the tutorial site or to the YouTube channel and look for the tutorial on blogs. Because they're all separated out, and it just helps you along the way. Okay, so let's go back to, so William's saying that we answered his question. Rachel's saying the support you guys give is second to none, so thank you. We're the first, of course, as Rachel says. So cool, no more questions. If you have any more questions, please do put them in. We're going to be here for about another 5 or 10 minutes or so, and we'll happily answer them for you. So as a quick reminder, for those that may have joined late, this is the official live that we do, the live office hours every Monday. This week we're at 10 a.m. Next week we will be at 9 p.m. We have a global audience, as you can see in the chat, and therefore what that means is we try and get as many people as we can within a fortnight on live with us, and it seems to be working. We've had this format now for 2 or 3 months, and we seem to do quite well with this. The people that we capture are really quite happy. So that's the official New Zenler office hours. We have the tutorial site, which is free, so tutorial.newzenler.com. Go and sign up over there. You're not going to be bombarded with lots of salesy stuff and all of that. It's a support environment. We will, of course, remind you, like we have done with the price increase, that it's coming up, because that's the fair and right thing to do. So we will email to remind you of that. We will email you to let you know if masterclasses are coming up, or when the Launch Your First Course Challenge is relaunching, and all of those types of things, because they're educational. We're not selling you those. We're giving you access to those, and we just want to make you aware of that. And the same with YouTube. You're not going to be bombarded with lots of stuff that's not relevant to you progressing as a new Zenler user or a course creator. So they're really good resources to get involved in. What's the number on the YouTube channel this week, David?
I think it's about, it's over 1,000. I think we're at 1.13K at the moment.
Okay, so we got about 120 people sign up to it last week. subscribe.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is not bad at all. So bearing in mind how many new people we've had in, we should be up to another 200 or 300 in by next Monday. So we'll keep our eye on that. Couple more things for you while I'm waiting for questions to come in, and if I get no more questions, then I'm going to wrap up. Let me just go to the questions first, because there's a couple more coming. William's saying another question regarding creating an email address for my domain in prawfeed.com. If this domain was hosted in my HostGator previously, I would have created it using the cPanel function. But this domain was directly parked at Zenler servers upon purchasing from GoDaddy. How do I create it in this case?
Do you want to get that one, Rakesh?
Is that a bit technical and I need to speak to support?
I think it's something that you need to talk to support. I think it's a bit too technical to answer on the office hours, I guess.
Yeah, William, that's quite a specific and unusual use case for you. So email into support and they will help you. Michelle, if you have products to sell along with courses, does the site support this too? David, do you want to pick that one up?
Sorry, I was just replying to William.
Right, I'll pick that one up. Then David actually did an Ask Zenler on selling products through Zenler. So please do, yes, we can do it. There are workarounds to some of these things, which may not be obvious. So head on over to YouTube and you'll find that over there.
Yeah, I think that's we've got that in the complete guide to Zenler. So inside there, as well as setting up courses, which is mainly what Zenler is about, I show you a way that you can actually sell a product and also a digital download product as well. So you can do it. It's not really designed to do that, but you could make it work with that.
Yeah. I just started. I just dropped the chat the link to the YouTube video. I'm not sure that's the same one that David mentioned. Probably there's another one there.
No, that's not. That's the digital download one. You need to go
fine.
into the Zenler Masterclass bundle, go to the complete guide, just put search in there for product or sell, and it will come up in red and you'll see it. And it's all in the one section, so you can just go through that. That's an old video, that one there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have a bit of creative thinking when you're in a platform like this. And what's out of the box, as in the way that we've guided you through this, isn't necessarily 100% the way that you want it to work. And as a good example for that, there was a chat that I contributed to today where somebody was looking to do one-to-one coaching. And of course, this is a course platform, so we're often trying to sell the course to many people. But as Zenler does not restrict you on the amount of courses that you can have, you could create a course for one client and therefore create a live class that only that one client has access to, which then gives you a one-to-one room. You can then put in assignments for them specifically. So this person, I believe, was a dog trainer. And you can put assignments in specifically where they can then feed back directly to you. So you can make it work. It's not an out-of-the-box solution, but sometimes just getting past the terminology that's used within a platform. So we call it a course. Maybe it's not a course, perhaps it's a one-to-one area or an individual client area. We just need to rename it so we can get ahead into thinking, well, actually, what do I need it to do? Once you know what you need to achieve, you can make the system do that. So you just have to think slightly differently. So Nigel's saying, thanks, guys. Love what you do. And stepping into this way of doing things with much excitement. Nigel, I've loved seeing what you're doing over the last few weeks. Nigel's one of my clients, so I've been supporting him through what he's doing. We've got a question coming asking, is it possible to turn off email notifications for discussions globally? I just migrated a course with 1,000+ students. The previous platform didn't have any notifications when members posted questions and discussions. When new active students start to flood the lessons with questions, they also flood the email inboxes of existing students. So can we turn off global notifications within discussions?
I don't think currently it's possible right now, but I think we are revamping community, so we are going to look at all sorts of notifications where We're also going to look at email digests and so on, like weekly digests and daily digests and so on. Yeah, so at the moment it is what it is, but we will be expanding on that hopefully soon.
Cool. Kate's asking when partner brings in someone into New Zenler and they sign up either on the free or paid account, do we invite them to the Facebook group? Do we send them a link out to the Facebook group on the onboarding? I think we do, don't we?
I think the onboarding sequence already sent them a link to the Facebook group. I think yes, so you wouldn't need to do that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're always refining that as well, those welcome emails that go out, because obviously if we change and have new areas that we need to put links in there, we always update it.
Yeah, but if you need them, if you like to invite, you can invite them and we can add them to the group sooner if you want.
Rachel's asking a question. When I add a course card, it is a crisp image. When I publish it, it looks blurred. Any ideas why?
Is it the correct size? That's the first question. Is it the right resolution? That's another question as well. So if it's lower than, if it's smaller in size, or it's a lower resolution, if it's larger in size and it's a lower resolution, then it's going to end up blurred. Try and keep your course image to the size that when you hover over the box, I can't remember what the size was, but if you hover over the box, it gives you the dimensions. Make sure when you create your course cards that you create it exactly to that size, and then it will be sharp.
Rachel, I'd also test different images. Just see if it's that particular image, as David says, if it's not a particularly great quality image, which you may, I don't know, maybe you took it yourself or something like that. That may be the problem, and just by testing a couple of different ones, that might help.
Yeah, it's a pretty common problem that people have when they're not used to sort of dealing with image sizes, because on a computer it's really easy to zoom in and you think, oh, that's the actual size, and when you actually view it at actual size, monitor size, you find out that it's like really small. And then of course it's blowing it up, so it's pixelating or going blurred around the edge.
I think especially if you have text on it, it looks really blurry if the image is not large enough.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So resolution and size, oversize everything. Being a designer, I always work at least 2 to 4 times the size when I create any kind of graphics, because resizing down, I'm not going to lose anything, but resizing up, you lose detail and you get pixelation.
Yeah, absolutely. Tamara's asking, we currently have a full paid Zoom account. Will you be offering any future options to upgrade your default Zoom to allow an unlimited number of long, for example, 8 hours in length Zoom sessions? Currently, we run all-day sessions, but people leave themselves connected during the breaks.
Hey Tamara, yeah, we just recently extended. Earlier the live sessions where you were able to run only for 2 hours. We recently extended. We recently added super extended sessions where you could run until 4 hours. But 8 hours currently, as of now, there is no plan. But what we are trying to do is add recurring sessions. So you could add 4. You could create 2 recurring sessions and then back to each other. And then you could use the same link for them to get in twice during the day.
Yeah. Okay. William's asking, can the editor panel be as good as the tiny MCE WordPress functionality, because it's pretty powerful, able to change color and font?
I think, hey William, I think William is referring to the text editor, I guess. Is it David?
Well, I think he's referring maybe to the blog one, to the blog text editor.
Okay, blog one.
It might not. It might be both. It's probably both.
William, do you want to clarify where exactly? Because we got loads of different places where we have different styles of editors in page editor, text editor, and so on. So if you want to clarify.
Yeah, because if it's actually the editor in the page builder, then you can obviously hit the gear icon and change as many things as you like. But in the blog editor, you've got that simpler WYSIWYG editor. So I think maybe it's that. Yeah,
I think he has clarified. He says the text editor. Yeah, I think text editor. I think probably we just need to turn on a few of the options. Yeah, it's a good point. We'll look at that.
Okay. Rachel saying that we need to remember that New Zenler is still in beta. Workarounds at the moment will probably become integrated if needed with exciting possibilities. And you're right, Rachel, we are still adding new functionality in. We have lots of things in the pipeline before New Zenler actually comes out of beta and goes live. So, for example, one of those that will come through at some point is a calendar system where you can book in one-to-one sessions and things like that. At the moment, we don't have it, but they've been talked about and they're on the list to do. So Tamara's also asking, can you rename the word course to membership or something else?
Yep, you can. If you go into your site admin, go to languages and search down there. Now, I've done a section, I've done a few lessons inside the Complete Guide to Zenler. So if you just go into that and you do the search language, you're going to get a couple of lessons come up telling you about languages, which you can change.
Cool.
So no problem.
So Rachel's just saying she took her image off Canva, but size might be the image. So I think there's a bit of playing around there to do. William's just reminding of sizes. Tracy's asking, can we have blog for logged in users only?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you've got the blog on the menu and you've only got it set up for logged in users, then it would only allow logged in users to see the blog.
Okay. Is it possible to see a quiz funnel example? Do we have a quiz funnel example anywhere?
Yeah, we do actually. So if you, I'm going to drop in the link on the chat. So there is an example where we create a survey funnel, and then basically using the form, you drop in elements, and then you hook it up. I'm going to drop in the YouTube link to that.
Excellent, thank you, Rakesh. So Grant, have a look out for that link, please. Vanessa's saying, I've been trying to share my squeeze page. I'm a paid up client to Facebook and the image is the wrong size. How do I solve this problem?
You have to sell how to best serve.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I missed that, David, sorry.
I didn't say anything. Something popped up.
Something just, I heard a squeaky voice. So.
It wasn't me.
So did you get that? Trying to share my squeeze page. I'm a paid up client to Facebook and the image is the wrong size. How do I solve this problem?
Yeah, that's pretty simple. You just need to go to the SEO settings of the page and add the image. And again, on the tutorials and on the YouTube channel, there are links where sometimes when you share the image on social media, Facebook does not pick up the latest image. So you need to use the Facebook debug tool to rescrape the image. There are tutorials around it. I'll try and drop the link in as well.
Yeah, we've done a YouTube video on that, and it's also in the Complete Guide to Zenler. I keep saying that because pretty much 95% of questions are all in there.
There, yeah.
So William's just reminding people that we always answer his questions and they're never left hanging. So thank you for that feedback. Tracy's really happy now she can have her public blog on WordPress and New Zenler blog for logged in users. You could also, Tracy, if you're not using one of your 3 accounts, you could also set up another site rather than having to use WordPress and use one of the 3 sites you're allowed as a pro user with a public blog on there. That's a potential one if you're not using them. So Grant's happy. Tamara says thank you. She's excited to get started. Kate's saying thank you for this. Went from free to pro. Really impressed. Office hours are icing on an amazing cake. So thank you for that feedback. That's much appreciated. Vanessa says, can you please put a link to the Complete Guide to Zenler in the chat, please? Okay, so I think we're heading on towards the end of office hours for today. So we've covered quite a few questions there. Remember, we do have tutorial.newzenler.com. The link will be in this chat. So if you're watching this live or on the replay, please do and go and sign up. That's the official New Zenler training area where we have lots of resources for you to help you. We also have the YouTube channel where you need to go and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. So when you're looking for a specific, then you can do that. And if you can't find a specific answer to the situation you've got and you've searched the Facebook group, you've looked in there, then just take David in and ask Zenler and he'll try and replicate it for you. He loves doing those in real life situations where, you know, if you say, look, I want to do this, I'm not entirely sure how, just have a chat with David and he'll see if he can recreate it for you and then throw that up onto the YouTube channel. So we're always quite happy to try something a bit different and see if it's possible or how it's possible. So please do that. One last announcement from me. For those, and I've given this a lot of thought over the last week, and I think the weekend really put the icing on the cake for me with this one. I've decided that as of Monday, the 1st of March, I'm going to rerun the Launch Your First Course Challenge live again. So the sign up for that will be out today, stroke tomorrow. So if you're on a pro account, then you're very welcome to join us. This is if you've not launched a course before, you're not really sure exactly what direction you're going in, and you're new to Zenler, then I will walk you through the live format. So we've run it a couple of times before, and people have always had great success in launching their courses on the back of this. It runs for 10 days. So it's every day, including Saturday and Sunday. So be prepared for that. There are live Q&As specifically for that course as well. So I'm going to do that as of the 1st of March. So that's a week today. And then that will give you this week to just start getting some of the basics of your account set up. So getting your payment stuff set up, making sure that you've, you know, tied up some of your branding elements that you want to do, and just had a sort of a bit of a play around to get slightly familiar with what the behind the scenes looks like. And then on the 1st, we'll get straight into actually getting this course not just built, not just worked out, but actually launched within the new Zenler platform. And that's going to be really, really phenomenal. So yeah, I thought I'd spring that on you guys because I hadn't mentioned it to anyone, but I thought about it this morning. I thought, you know what, I love running that course. So let's do it live again. 1st of March, look out for the sign up. Next week, we're here at 9 p.m. UK time. So again, the event will come into the group. If you can't find it, just come to the Facebook group at that time and you will see us running live throughout the group. So Rakesh, do you have anything else for this week?
No, I think that's it from mine.
You're all done. David, anything from you for this week?
No, but just a reminder that remember this price is going up on the 23rd. So if any of you guys haven't purchased and you like what you see, then upgrade.
Yeah, and there'll be no further extensions on this. We've extended it once based on feedback from the community and from our partners. It was meant to end Friday UK time at midnight. We extended it, and you know, we extended it to midnight Tuesday. So we're not going to be extending it again. So there'll be, you can beg, plead, beg, borrow, do whatever you want to do. It's not being extended, I'm afraid. We've given you 5 weeks notice on the price increase. So we've done everything we possibly can to help you with that. If you are looking at it and you're thinking, you know, I just can't afford $447 in one go, there is the monthly option. So go to your account and look for the monthly option, and you can pay, I think it's about $47-ish a month. And then if in 3 months' time you want to up to the year, you're still locked in at that price. And that's the key thing with this. One last thing from me. Just a reminder for the Facebook group. The Facebook group is not a place for you to share your partner links. They will be removed and any partner links put into the Facebook group. And I hate saying this because, you know, we have such a lovely community of people, but we do have to have some rules. And some people have messaged us and said, you know, we don't think this is fair, and we agree. So there's 2 rules really in there. And that is, number 1, don't share your partner link in there because the post will be removed and you'll be muted in the group for 30 days, unfortunately. And the same is, don't actively go out to promote your work in a paid capacity for building new Zenler stuff. You know, so please just be very respectful to the community. There's lots of new people coming in that don't really know where to look for support. We have official new Zenler support channels. Myself, David, Rakesh, and the rest of the Zenler team are in the group. So if you see me, David, or Rakesh in there, or an official logo, and you'll see the hashtag new Zenler official tag in there as well, that's come from us. If it hasn't got that on it, it hasn't come from us. So just please be cautious of that. Look after all of our new members. Everybody was new once, so we understand how overwhelming it can be. not quite sure who to turn to, not quite sure where to go. So for more established members in our community, and we've had some really fantastic people on here today with us, as always, please do just point them, as you always do, in the right places: the tutorial site, the support at Zenler email, the YouTube channel, or to any one of us three or the rest of the team that you know. And we will always be there to support you. And again, all support from New Zenler officially is free of charge. We don't charge at all for any of that. The Launch Your First Course Challenge, free. So if you're in a position where people are suggesting that you pay for support, that's not come from us. So I just want to make that really clear for everybody, which I think that is.
I think if anyone wants to offer any kind of service, use Wow Wednesday thread. Yes, on Wednesdays we post a thread dedicated for that. So you can post your own. Again, no affiliate links in there, but you can post anything that is New Zealand related in there.
Yeah,
and if you are being approached or anything, and you want to check with us, then feel free to message me and ask if it is official or not.
Yeah, at some point there's going to be an official program for people to come through where we look at what their abilities are, how they can operate the New Zenler platform, and they will become accredited partners of New Zenler. So we will say to them, actually, here's a list of people that can help you build your stuff. And we will do that at some point. When that's going to be, I'm not entirely sure, but we've internally been talking about what that's going to look like, what that process is, and it's not going to be an easy process. And for anyone that goes out and, so for example, if you use ActiveCampaign for emails, they're the partners that they promote, as in, look, here's some people that can help you build your email systems, right? You have to go through a rigorous testing process of understanding not only their system, but how email marketing works, funnels, email automations work, and all of those things before they'll do that. And before we put our names to anybody, as in they can help you with your New Zenler site, they would need to go through that a similar process. And at the moment, we do not have that in place. So it will be something that comes up. But right now, it's not in place. So if you're approached, if you feel uncomfortable about it, by all means, check with one of the team. Let us know what's going on. For the people in the group that are established in the group, as I say, please be respectful to the new members. You were all new once, and they're quite new too. So please point them in the official channels direction so we can help them, get the very best, as we all want for their business, for their courses, and for what they're trying to do through New Zenler. Right, okay. I'm done on that bit now. I've done my my education bit for the day. So anyway, let's leave it on a high. We've had a fantastic week, lots of new opportunities. Wow Wednesday, look out for that, please. That's your opportunity to share what you're doing on your New Zenler platform, so we can get really excited about lots of new types of businesses coming in and doing lots of different offerings. You can also put your blog posts up in there as well. And so far, we've not had that many. So being an avid blogger, and anybody that knows me will know that's my number one thing that I love. We're going to be really pushing this to get you doing this. I may even, and I've been really thinking about this, do a mini masterclass on blog creation, writing your first blog posts, because there is a format you can follow if you don't have one that can be really, really helpful for you. So I'll chew that over the next couple of weeks and see if that's something we can put together to help you, because it's a new function, but it's really, really powerful if you get it right. And that can be quite exciting. So I'm done for this week, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. Remember, 9 p.m. UK time for next week's office hours. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always, to have the support of you as a really engaged and amazing community. And thanks everyone for the last week or so in the support you've shown us. It's been noticed and it's been really, really appreciated. So we'll see you in the Facebook group during the course of the next week. And if not before, we will see you in office hours next week. So thanks everyone, and have a fantastic
See you later, guys.